What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Protoss Cheese Sugar Master. For today, I had a pretty crazy idea. Today, I want to Mothership rush everyone. And I'm mostly curious if it's going to work after the patch. If you guys don't remember, I also don't really remember because they made like 15 changes to the Mothership, but they build faster and they are faster. So Mothership rushes should be a little better. Scary part, my MMR is already reaching mid-Grandmaster level, so I don't know if we're going to win any games, but let's do our best. My first game of the day is against a Zerg esports storyteller. All right, a fellow YouTuber. That's Basset, by the way, if you guys don't know who it was. Used to be a, I guess, former pro player. I don't think he's as active these days, though. If I'm wrong, then my bad. Now, let's see. I do have to expand on the low ground. How can we Mothership rush a Zerg? You know, the first strategy that I thought of was doing it against Aaron. Because I feel like, I don't know. I mean, you guys have watched my Protoss cheese before. My Protoss cheese, I just feel like everything works better against Terran. Now, what can you do against Zerg? Like, the thing is, it's mostly about the cloaking field, right? What I thought was maybe you could go for, like, mass glaive adepts, and then with the Mothership, so they're cloaked. But I can't imagine a situation where you have a Mothership in a Zerg's base and they don't have a lair to make an Overseer. Like, keep in mind, Zerg can just make detection like that whenever they want from any Overlord. So unless they don't have any Overlords nearby, you know, it's going to be hard to surprise them. But the Mothership does have some other capabilities as well. Like, Mothership has Time Warp, which slows unit speed. And I think, not actually 100% sure, I think it also slows the attack speed these days. I feel like they changed it at some point. I could be wrong here, but I feel like it also shows the attack speed. So if it slows movement speed and attack speed, you would think it fits well with Stalkers, right? Because Stalkers, they can use the range. Zerg units don't have that much range until you get like Lurkers. Zerg units have a lot of speed instead. So maybe the Time Warp is going to be the key here to making this work. Now, I also still need to convince my opponent that I'm doing something, you know, normal. I was going to say more human, but I think that's a little bit vague of a descriptor there for a build order. But yeah, something like a little more normal. Maybe I could go for, I mean, I definitely have to go for a Stargate anyway, right? So I can make a fleet beacon for the Mothership. But I could go for one Oracle. And then maybe one Void Ray. Or I could straight up go for a Void Ray. I see Protoss players do that sometimes. So maybe that's decent. I could go for one Void Ray. Go straight into the fleet beacon, build a Mothership. Recall an entire army in my opponent's base. Kind of sounds like a vibe, to be honest. I don't think there's anything I really need to scout for. There's a couple drones coming down. That's nice to see. I think, no, I'm gonna go for the adepts. I want to make adepts first. I at least like this Zerg honestly is a little bit above my skill level with Protoss, right? I think even if I was playing completely normal. So I do want, you know, the best chance possible, and that's, you know, me having some outplay potential. Like, for example, having a couple adepts. I think especially 2 adepts to start with is going to be a good choice. So he scouts a Stargate. That's nothing crazy or annoying. That's just kind of what I expect. You know, when I started playing Zerg, I really thought you would never be able to scout against like GM players because they always just block it. Well, they just arrive like a little bit faster than I expected. So you always get the scout with the Overlord pretty much if you want to. Unless they'll maybe go for like a hyper fast freaking, what's it called? Hyper fast Stalker, chrono boosting it a couple times. That seems a little crazy though. He didn't have any Zerglings there, which makes me a little suspicious. I'm gonna make a second. No, actually, I'll make the Void Ray first, right? Yeah, okay. Make a Void Ray first. Just gonna hunt Overlords with that. I don't think I'm gonna be making too many units from that Stargate. I feel like that could be a little bit wasteful, especially because fleet beacons are super expensive. So he has a decent amount of Zerglings, but it looks like something manageable, especially if I go up here. Oh, he has speed already. Oh, that actually surprised me. Let's see, can I get some decent trades? I mean, so far it looks okay if I get those 2 shots. Can this one survive? Not quite good enough there, guys. That's unfortunate. I thought they were going to do... or, well, I didn't think the speed was going to finish that fast. Like, that was very, very surprising to me. Now, let's see if I can find some Overlords. I'm also going to have to make a second gateway over here. And then... do I make another... I don't think I make another gas yet, right? How much a Mothership costs now? 300, 300. Okay, that is going to be number 1 dying. I could also make more Void Rays. In that case... yeah, actually, I'll do that. I'll chrono boost my next side one more time. Or I can only chrono boost one of them. One Overlord is dead. And then, yeah, I think I'll just go for saturation and start adding some... yeah, maybe it's not even the craziest idea ever to go for Void Rays. Do I like this? I think I like it. I'm not 100% sure yet. I mean, this is going to be an absolutely ridiculous strategy no matter what I do at this point, right? Like we're Mothership rushing a freaking 5.6k Zerg. That's well over the, you know, the midline of Grandmaster, by the way. So yeah, not going to be the easiest one to make work here. Let's see, I haven't found another Overlord. I would like to... there must be another one around somewhere. So I would like to find it. Okay, the Mothership is being chronoed now. I could also make a couple Zealots just to ease the burden of gas a little bit. That's also a decent idea here. Gotta keep making pylons. I guess 3 Void Rays will probably do a decent trick. I need to make sure I clean the watchtowers. Like, that's always super scary against Zerg. Is that Zerg has such good scouting with, like, all the Zerglings and stuff that you always have to be afraid that you're just going to be seen by something... Oh, that dies slower than I thought. That you're going to be seen by something random, you know? I'm going to get a couple more gateways. Oh, don't want to lose that. As long as I don't take HP damage, it's fine, though. There we go. Maybe I can kill that, even. Is he going to do a transfuse for that? He's not. Okay, that's nice. I'll take it. Gonna warp a couple more sentries, and then I think I want to start warping in Stalkers. Okay. Wait, can I wall a couple of those in? It's not quite sure that was worth it, to be honest. Just a couple. Okay, so now I have more... Void Rays already. I think from now on... actually, I can make one more. I was going to say I'm not going to make another one, but I think one more will fit into the build. Now, I'm looking at the clock here, guys, and this... I am not super excited about my supply and what I have at this moment. Like, this looks like something... Wait, I'm going to pull those back a little bit. Like, the thing is, if I was him, I would probably think that this is like a mass Void Ray play or like carriers or something, you know? Okay, I'm going to send it across. Let's see how far it's going to get. I need to warp more Zealots as well, I believe. I feel like Zealots are going to be instrumental here. I'm going to wall this off. Let's bring the Void Ray here as well. And then I will just recall on top of his third base pretty much. Like, that's the entire idea. Okay, so now he has the Mothership. I am going to have my 4th Void Ray just in time, which is going to be nice. Now, let's see if I can do anything huge here, guys. I'm so curious to see if I can make this work. All right, here we go. We're going to go straight on top of this base. Let's see. He does have a Spore. Okay, there's the Overshare. I'm actually going to drop a couple of force fields here. I'm activating the prismatic alignment, but I'm not quite sure I need it. Let's see. Oh, let's pull this bomb back real quick. Oh, that actually was longer range from the queens than I was expecting. There we go. I mean, so far, we've killed pretty much all of the units. I could also target the Overshares. Okay, do I have one force field there? It doesn't look like it. Want to make sure I don't lose over here. Now, if I kill the Overshares, I can activate the cloaking field. That's the thing. Okay, we're going to be able to kill this. Very nice. Guys, if I kill the Spore... Check this out. I'm going to kill the Spore here. And then I can activate the cloaking field. I'm going to do a time warp as well. Okay, he's going to fall back because of the time warp. And now it is time for the cloak. There we go. He doesn't have an overseer here, guys. So this is doing massive amount of damage. Let's make sure to warp in some at home. Can I get a couple units? There we go. Oh, not quite. Oh, wait. I can kill the overseers again, actually. There we go. That's going to die. I mean, the cloak is going to run out. The zealots are doing an insane amount of damage against these drones. Yo, that cloak actually takes longer than I thought it would. Guys, are we really going to do it? Am I going to be the 5-6 Zerg player with a freaking Mothership rush? There's absolutely no way. Here we go. More drones are falling. He's making Hydras, which could be useful in some way, but I don't think they're going to be that good now. Well, okay, he does have a couple Banelings. I need to be careful for that. Let's do a little bit of splitting here to make my units more effective against the Banelings, of course. I want to save the Void Ray as well. I feel like the Mothership actually does a surprising amount of damage too. Like, the Mothership isn't even low HP yet. Guys, Cloak is actually coming off cooldown too. There's one Overseer. It is very low HP. I'm going to warp in some more Stalkers. This base is now effectively dead. Wait, I have all my abilities again. I can actually just recall my next Stalkers to the Mothership. This is such a cool way to reinforce. And now I'm gonna have a devastating time warp there. And I can also activate the cloaking field, but I don't think I want to use it yet. The Spore is dead, I believe. And there we go. We have freaking done it, guys. A 5-6 Zerg player falls to the Mothership rush. And to be honest, it wasn't even really that close. 2,500 resources lost against almost 9,000. Can you imagine that? That's freaking insane. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna be a very easy and one-sided loss. But once again, similar to the last video I made on the Mothership is proving to be very, very strong. That is just the warm-up game. Let's go for game number 2. But game number 2 is against a Terran player. This is perfect for the experiment. Now, we have played against him a couple times before. I think so far, at least in the past week or maybe 2 weeks, I think we're 2-1 against it. It could also be 1-2. I know it's pretty close anyway. But now let's see if he's going to be able to handle the Mothership rush. Now, how are we going to do this against Terran exactly? You know what it is? I envisioned a different strategy than what I did last game. I thought it was mostly going to be pure gateway units, but the Void Rays were actually very nice, denying the scouting. And, yeah, I guess just kind of have that air damage, extra damage against armored would be really good against roaches, for example. It just felt good to have them. So maybe I want to do the same against Terran. Now, Void Rays are not as good against Terran because Terran is mostly Marine-based. Marines are not armored, so they take relatively little damage from the Void Rays compared to... Well, I guess if you're going up against Cyclones, they could be very good. That's something we shouldn't forget. Cyclones are armored, and they're, you know, very weak, to be honest. At least in terms of HP, right? So maybe it's going to be pretty good against a Cyclone. But can we really pull off something similar? I'm curious. Now, not to forget, this guy is a slightly... well, not always cheesy, but he does really like making Cyclones doing his own build. So far, he did Cyclones against us a bunch of times. So he might be going for fast Cyclones again. And in that case, I would have to adapt my strategy a little bit. I think I misclicked the probes. Yeah, I did. That's unlucky. Let's get one of those extra on the gas. He is playing double gas, so that is good to note as well. I'm going to go for the Cybercore before Nexus this time. That's the biggest difference from playing against Zerg, of course. I don't think I want to fully wall this base off necessarily. I just want to have the units in the front. Now, it's not going to be as important where we're going up against the double gas. One thing I'm afraid of is that we're going to run into a proxy Cyclone again. Because I want to be kind of greedy, right? Like, I want to go for a Stargate. Ideally, I want to Chrono Boost out at depths instead of, let's say, just a bunch of Stalkers, which would be good against Cyclones. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure yet, guys. I feel like this is going to be a little tricky to figure out against the double gas here, but I'm sure we'll manage. Maybe I'll just make one Adept. Usually, I like to make two, very often three. But I think now maybe I'll just go for one just to help me with the scouting a little bit. Yeah, the problem is that sending out one Adept, if he does go for a Cyclone, the Adept will die. And that is... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna... Normally one Adept wouldn't be that big of a deal, but if we... Ooh, he's gonna let us in. That's very nice. There we go. But if he's not paying attention, he's gonna lose the Reaper as well, I think. Let's see. Is there a cliff? I don't think there's a cliff for him. He's gonna have to micro perfectly. Does he have the uThermal grenade? He's not even gonna try. Okay, fair enough. Now, this could be a Cyclone. That's why I have to be careful. He's making... Oh, okay, that's his first command center. For a second, I thought that was another command center. That makes me think he definitely made a Cyclone, because a Cyclone is 25 more minerals, so that's a slightly later thing. I can actually just wait here. Oh, it's a Hellion. Okay, it feels a little bit stupid to do that, but I was just chilling there. Okay, do I need another battery at the front? Perhaps. I think he could be making double Reaper from there. That's why I'm going to be careful. Let's see. I haven't seen anything yet, and that makes me extra suspicious. Wait, my opponent, I don't think he saw that I just have an expansion. Does he maybe think he's being cheesed? You know what? I'm going to make a battery here just to be safe. Does he maybe think he's being cheesed? I mean, he is. But not in the way that he... That's actually funny. But not in the way that he thinks he is. I mean, so far, it looks kind of normal what I'm doing. Little does he know, I'm going to follow it up by trying to recall 1 million units into his main base with a really fast Mothership, right? But from his POV, so far this looks normal, so I'm kind of surprised that he is, yeah, maybe being so careful, or... There could be something else hidden on the map, though, so let's not speak too fast. Like, this could totally be a second factory hidden, or maybe even a hidden command center. I was going to say Nexus, but... You know, that would have been on me. Now, I did see somewhere that the Void Rays are actually quite good against Cyclones. So I'm kind of curious if he's going to go for Cyclones again. If we get, you know, the honor to see how that's going to work out. Gonna make my fleet beacon already. Let's see what I can find here. A bunch of Marines and a Cyclone. This should definitely die. He's gonna put that up in time. I think it's very possible that he's gonna go for a more classic Terran 1-1-1 push. Where, yeah, you basically just make Cyclones and Vikings and Marines and just walk across the map. That would definitely be scary. I mean, keep in mind, I'm investing into a freaking fleet beacon right now, right? This is not, you know, a normal, strong defensive play here. Like, I've actually invested in fleet beacon. If he's not here right now, I'll make another battery. Okay, I think I need to make another battery here. He does still have some units, but it... Oh, well, actually... There were more units there than I thought I was gonna see. Maybe he is not really fully attacking me yet. Let's see, I'm definitely going to make the Mothership before the next Void Ray and before a probe. It would be funny if I delayed it for a probe. And now I'm going to have to start adding gateways. I'm on a very low gateway count for now. I still think I am in a little bit of trouble here if he attacks me. Like, I'm not sure if I can really stop it with what I have right now. I'm going to start another Void Ray. I mean, I do have a good amount of defenses here. I guess 2 batteries is not that bad. Could always be better, but it's also not that bad. Gonna make another gateway back here. Gonna go up to at least 4. Ideally, I make a couple more still, but for now, we have to do with this. I'm actually gonna send out an Hallucinated Phoenix Scout. I think that could be quite nice. Okay, there's the attack. This is gonna be very interesting here, guys. Check this out. I have the battery overcharged, and I think he's in range of it. I think he's in range of the battery overcharge there. Oh, I might have to pull this one back real quick. There we go. Oh, no, it is actually going to fall in time. That is a massive deal. The battery overcharge is not going to save it, and I think that might be it. It's not actually not 100% it yet, I have to say. Like, there's still definitely some chances here. Gonna target the Cyclone. That's always gonna be nice. I'm gonna pull this back. I don't have battery overcharge anymore, so I'm actually gonna have to wait for my next couple units. Maybe I'll just send the Mothership across right away. I think that could be a decent idea. He should be going for the probes. Yeah, okay, he is. I was gonna say, if he's not gonna go for the probes, there would be a chance we get out of this decently. I mean, I still have 36 workers. It's more than I thought, honestly. He lost his entire army. Keep in mind, guys, I have a Mothership, and I'm still gonna hit him with a pretty hard attack, right? Like, it's not a Banshee? Where did you come from? Oh no, he found my Mothership, or did my Mothership find his units? I don't know which one it is, actually. Who's gonna win? The Mothership is gonna win, looks like. Oh, I did lose my cybernetics core. I don't need it right now, but I might need it again at some point. I'm gonna have 2 Void Rays soon. I'm surprised that he's not, like, truly killing me yet, you know? Oh, I might actually have to make a freaking... what is that called? I might have to make a freaking Oracle here, so I get some detection up. That could be a decent idea. I'm gonna run into the main. I think I want to keep a couple Void Rays here. I feel like that would be reasonable. I'm gonna recall into his base and go for kind of like a base trade here. I think this is by far the best choice I could make. Oh, I don't have a force field here, unfortunately. That could have been super, super nice. Okay, here we go. I'm going to target that medevac real fast. Okay, the medevac is going to die really fast, actually. That's super nice. I'm going to surround the rest of his stuff. Okay, maybe now I can pull the probes back. Let's see, is it enough? I still have the battery, keep in mind. So that's going to be huge. I'm basically kidnapping his entire economy right now. My Oracle is about to finish. I think I can cancel a couple of these. Oh, he does have the one freaking Banshee there. I'm going to send my... Oh, it actually ran out of energy already. That's massive. Okay, so we've killed everything over here somehow. Wait, can I actually win with this base trade? That'd be freaking insane. He's targeting the Void Ray, so he is going to lose everything. I'm going to pull this one back for now. Actually, I'm going to pull all of these back. Let the Void Ray do its thing together with the Mothership. Let's see if I can get truly on top of his... Oh, he does have a freaking Cyclone. He has 2 Cyclones, actually. He is indeed going for... Oh my god, they die so fast to the Void Rays. If only I had more. But I can kill it with my Oracle as well, though. Here we go. This base is still being held completely hostage. This is so freaking funny. Look at this, guys. How is this a game? I have another Void Ray, too. This Void Ray is going to be able to keep the Cyclones from popping out safely. The sad part for me is that the Oracle is going to run out of energy at some point. I got 2 Stalkers over here, which are going to do a massive amount of damage. There's a Viking that's going to fall instantly. I'm going to activate the thing as well. I have 3 Stalkers, actually. How many more units is he going to be able to afford? I'm not quite sure. He's not using his tanks right now. Maybe I should be rebuilding probes as well. He's not using his tanks yet. He's going to make a lot of turrets over here. Looks like. I think I'm going to have to pull that one back. Let's see. Guess I'll target that one as well. I do need to run away. I'm going to save the Oracle at least, I think. Going to start attacking this. Let's see. Okay, they're not targeted on that. Let's see. I can definitely kill the Cyclone if I... No, I think I should save everything right now. Here we go. And then we're just going to... How is this a game? Like, what the hell is this, guys? Can someone tell me what on earth is happening in this game? Because not even I know right now. Okay, that's actually pretty low HP. Maybe I can kill the Banshee if he's not paying attention. No, he was paying attention, unfortunately. Now, what am I going to do after this? I think I'm going to Chrono Boost these. I could really use a Phoenix, actually. I feel like a Phoenix wouldn't be that bad of an idea. Now, sadly for me, he does have triple orbital. So, you know, even though I backed off for a little bit, I might have to just go in again. Like, he has 2 tanks and 3 Cyclones, I believe, which is probably going to be like 5 Cyclones now or so. I could also lose everything in my base to 1 Banshee, so that's something I have to keep in mind, of course. Let's see. I could probably gun down this base pretty fast, actually, thinking about it. Okay, I got 1 Phoenix now. That's going to be pretty useful. Let's see if I can kill this. I mean, maybe I could. I'm actually going to activate the Void Ray thing for it. There we go. We are going to kill that. Very nice. I'm going to send these back for the Banshee. I feel like that's a sensible play to do. I'm going to send these back so I can counter the Banshee if I need to. I'm going to Chrono Boost my workers a little more. Maybe I could start making more Phoenix. I have a lot of gas. I don't need that much gas right now. I could also start making Tempest, theoretically. Now, I feel like his army is a little bit too big. Like, maybe we actually have to go for a transition here. Which is obviously going to be to go for carriers, right? Like, let's not be silly here, guys. The follow-up here clearly is to go for carriers. I'm going to go back in his main base. I wonder if I can snipe some Cyclones by using the Time Warp. That'd be pretty freaking cool. How many workers do I have? 34. It's not quite enough yet. See, maybe I should start making one carrier already. Like, the thing with carriers is they're very strong, but you kind of need some time to get them going, right? How many more pros do I need? One. Okay, so there is the Banshee. Is there one in the main as well? No, doesn't look like it. Hey, there we go. This is why I made the Phoenix, by the way. Phoenix killed these so freaking fast. There we go. This is going to be a really nice pick-off, actually. If I was him, maybe he's making freaking Vikings again. Let's see. Do I have anything I can kill here? Maybe I can kill the gas real quick. Feels a little crazy to go for this, to be honest, but... Okay, let's do a Time Warp, and then let's see if I can get out. I think I'm barely gonna escape. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I'm gonna have to micro a little bit, though. No, we are gonna get out just fine. Perfect. Now, these carriers, they're... Yeah, it's either gonna work perfectly or it's not gonna work at all. Which one is gonna be, I honestly do not know. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna put a stasis in the middle. That could be nice. Oh, we're gonna kill a Marine here. That's also a nice pick-off. I'll probably kill these Marines as well with my one Oracle. I mean, everything I'm getting for free is really nice, right? Like, so far, making a lot of relatively easy pick-offs. And I'm just going to start missing carry. I'm actually going to warp a couple sentries. Oh, that's a bad pylon to warp in from. I feel like sentries could really help me later on. Like, if maybe like he wants to dive on top of my carriers or something, like, who knows, right? I could also get +2. Dude, I can't believe this game is still going on, by the way. Like, this is freaking insane, actually. Oh, need to be careful here. Okay, my carriers do not quite have the recharge yet. Oh, no, I lost both of the sentries. Let's see. Can I get this? I think this is going to be a decent fight, honestly. But I need to be very careful. I don't have my Time Warp yet. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is the fight that I needed, actually. This is going to be so freaking massive. Let's see, the Void Rays. The Void Rays are going to do all of the work here. They got to do it. The Mothership is not quite... Oh, look how fast the Cyclones died. Oh my god, there's nothing left. And we actually survive here. I don't really think it was good enough, to be honest. But we killed his entire army. God, I just swear this game just gets more insane by the minute. Now, the fact that I lost both my carriers really sucks here. I didn't think he was going to attack there. You could tell that I was caught off guard. I was talking about how happy I am that we were still alive. And then he dived on top. Or dove on top. I'm actually not quite sure. Oh, wait. Maybe that's why... I didn't even think about it, but maybe that's why he got me. Like, I didn't realize, like, maybe the stasis... made me think that I had vision. That would actually make a lot of sense. Now, do I have enough interceptors? I am kind of doubting it a little bit, to be honest. Let's see. So, oh, he did a... Let's see if I can force field these. I mean, the battery overcharge is going to be awesome. Oh, he got the Mothership, but not the carrier. I thought the interference matrix was going to be on the carrier. I guess that's quite nice for us. Now, at this point, I would imagine that he has... You know, a third base. If he didn't have a third base, that'd be freaking... This Mothership is 20... What? 28? 28 freaking kills. Oh my god. I was going to say 26. No, that's 28 kill, guys. That's crazy. See, I'm going to warp 2 more sentries over here. This one is going to go across. Excuse me. The only way I can still win this game from here, after that last fight that was kind of decent, but not as great, is if I get a recall in his main base with force fields. Like, oh my god. I'm just excited at the thought. I mean, it's really hard to see it happen. Keep in mind... Wait, actually, that's a good idea. If I recall, I need to bring 2 probes, because else he can go to my base and just eliminate me, right? I mean, it's kind of rare to have the clarity of mind for that, but it's very possible. So I need to make sure if I recall that I have a couple probes with me. I could also recall most of my probes, to be fair. 4 carriers. Is 4 carriers and... Oh, he also has these turrets. Oh, I did forget about these turrets. Or do you think he canceled them? Right now, I wish I had a freaking scan. I wish I was Terran so I could do a freaking scan. I mean, I'm just gonna... Okay, wait, he's here. Okay, let's see. What's he gonna do? Oh, that's a really good set of force fields there. He's gonna lose a ton of those already. Okay, my Mothership is in his main base right now, doing a lot of damage. Do I have enough interceptors here? It's so freaking close, but the matrices are making this really hard. Oh, that carrier is barely gonna fall too. We're not gonna be able to get our recall off, unfortunately, and GG has to be called. And oh my goodness, guys, to be honest, I really thought there was some potential before that last battle here. If we look at the supply, exactly, he's making his 3rd base. Yeah, he actually went all the way around. I think I get what happened here. This is honestly a little unfortunate for me. Is he came to look for this group of units, And by doing that, he went around. Then when he didn't see them, he decided to attack my base, dodging the stages and dodging my vision. So that is definitely a little unlucky. If you look at the state of the game, we freaking... how do you call this? We... maybe saved. I was looking for another word, but we saved this game so hard. We were 5,000% dead. And then we ended up at the same work account where I'm already making carries. Like, this is actually unironically a winnable game. If I didn't have this really bad fight there, I lost all these units for free pretty much. If I didn't have this fight, if I had these two carriers, you know, these two units together, I could have recalled them too, by the way. Could also have been a play. Then we're staying alive. We don't lose anything. And then maybe later we get a recall to the main miss and we win. This was very close to being an absolute miracle victory. It was a fantastic game, but I'm not done yet. Let's go for game number 3. Game number 3 is against another Terran player. Now, let's see. What could we do differently in this game? I feel like maybe... Actually, that is not so bad of an idea. I feel like I was going to say maybe we need like a slightly more early game defense. Like I know in the last game, technically it went okay, but right? We did struggle and we kind of made like a miracle comeback. Ideally, we have a strategy where you don't have to do that. Right? I mean, if you have to play every game like that last game, you're going to be very, very stressed out after an hour of ladder. Actually, laddering is really stressful anyway. There's probably a lot of you thinking like 1 hour? Can only play 2 games before I'm burned out. No, it's a very stressful game, but obviously if you have a build where, you know, you can win comfortably without having to freaking fight for your life like that last one, that's going to be slightly better for your mind. So what I was thinking of is maybe I could go for a slightly delayed Stargate and kind of go for like 3 gates first. Just make sure I have like a decent amount of units that I can catch anything on the map with. Not conventionally how you play PvT, but it's, you know, it's probably pretty decent. I mean, I feel like most Terrans are going to do something aggressive at least. Well, they should, to be honest. At least they should do something aggressive, else they're probably not playing Terran 100% correctly. Terran is usually a lot about the aggression. Let's rally the next one to the low ground. Actually, maybe I have to send... no, it's going to be okay. It was too late to make the decision anyway. But yeah, he's probably going to do some kind of aggression. And then if I have like a bunch of units, it might be good enough anyway. Let's see if I can kill this SCV with micro. Looks like I am. Yes. I microed myself to the side where he was going to run to. And that's going to be a very quick pickup for me. And a very big mental blow to my opponent as well, by the way. Don't forget, guys, if there's anything that's just absolutely mentally destructive in StarCraft, it's losing your SCV. Oh, this wasn't mining. Was losing your SCV to a freaking probe. Oh, we got the... Oh, the guy, that's actually pretty lucky for us. He was hiding his command center. If I didn't see it, I would have been pretty scared because I wouldn't know what's up, right? He could be going one-on-one base, but here he built it just a little bit too close, so I was able to see it, which is very fortunate for us. I do think my strategy for the first gateway, by just making 1 adept and then going into stalkers, I think that kind of tracks. Like, I don't really have to switch it up. I think that's completely fine. I will make warp gate before a battery, and then here I'm going to start the battery. This battery is pretty important here if you play Protoss, mostly for the reason that if you're like me and you like sending your units out on the map, you will die to 1 Reaper if you don't do it. Oh, wait. It's just going to pop out perfectly in time. Oh, no. Oh, no. I barely didn't get that hit. I should have gotten that hit, too. That is totally my bad. Yeah, I'm going to cancel that and let the battery do the rest of the work. He's going to go back, but the battery, excuse me, is going to finish. Yeah, I could probably escape with this one if I microed properly. Ah, there we go. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to chrono boost this. And then I'm going to start a second gate. Maybe not 3 gates. I'm just going to start a second gateway. Slightly different than normal. Wait, I could actually kill this Reaper if he's going to stay around here, I think. Let's see. Okay, this looks good. Yes, perfect. Okay, we got that Reaper. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. It's also an advantage of having the gateway here, right? Like if he wants to attack your natural. Wait, that is not a gateway. Oops. Well, there goes my entire strategy. Happens to the best, guys. Happens to the best. Gonna make this Stargate behind it as well. Actually, it should probably still be fine. Just kind of want to make sure I get some scouting, and it's gonna be... Well, no, I think I'm just going to make a quick sentry. If I don't have my second gateway to make one, or at least to wait for a warp gate, I think I'll just get that one. I also have 1 less unit, so being safer is going to be a little nicer as well, right? Going to make a pylon over here for vision. And now, I guess my plan in theory was to just make units from 2 gateways or 3 gateways, whichever I decided to do non-stop. And then at some point when the Mothership comes out, I'll have a ton of units. Scary thing about this map is that this map is a, yeah, I would say classic close by air map where the mains are connected by air, if that makes sense, in the same line. So if he's going to drop me, that would see my mothership if I send it across just in a straight line. That could be a little bit of a problem. Let's see, what am I going to make from this? I'm going to make 2 zealots, just because it's weird. Let me kill that one. Maybe I can still get away, actually. That would be kind of gross. He surrounded me. Oh, that was so close. Okay. I like how I still looked at the main, like I was going to see something there with the shade. Okay, here we go. It's time for the fleet beacon. Just got to make sure I keep pumping units from these 2 gateways. And after this, I can also start making void rays, I think. I do kind of like the void rays, you know? It's weird. It's not a unit you should usually be making against Terran, but it's, I don't know. Somehow it's kind of a vibe. Let's see. What are we up against? I'm not quite sure if that's... you know what? I'll just make a battery here. Like, it's most likely just a Raven. Okay, there you go. Then I'm actually going to cancel this one. A little bit of waste of money. Yeah, it's most likely just a Raven, but it could have been Banshees. So I guess I just wanted to make a battery to be safe. I can warp even more sentries. I feel like sentries are particularly good with this, by the way. Like, sentries work really, really well with this, because if you have cloaked sentries and you can just force field their army as you wish, it's incredibly dangerous. Gonna make 2 more gates, gonna go up to 6. And this is already looking a lot better. Maybe skipping the void race to afford everything is a decent strat. Like, this seems like a decent idea. Even right now, I'm not going to make Void Rays because I just want to keep making gateway units. I'm going to do another scout. Huge advantage of playing sentries, by the way, is that you get non-stop free scouts, by the way. Oh, that is a scout and a half. My opponent doesn't need sentries. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. That is a move I haven't seen in a very long time. Very badass, I have to say. Now, I do wonder what he's going to do to counter it. Maybe now I'm going to make Void Rays because he might counter it by making more Vikings. Like, that sounds very reasonable to me. Let's see if I'm going to scout anything with this. There's double engineering bay going down instead of 1 at a time. Let's see. Triple barracks already. Yeah, his production looks really good. Absolutely nothing wrong with his build, I think. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send a couple stalkers over the top here. I know it sounds crazy, but he might try to catch my mothership with some Vikings, right? So I kind of like the idea of doing that. See, I'm going to warp a bunch of stalkers. I need to spend my money a little better. I'm going to have 1 void ray. I do need to pull these stalkers back in. Next, I'm going to send these back already. So I don't have, like, all my units out on the map for when I want to do a recall, of course. I haven't seen anything yet. I guess these 3 stalkers can just kind of attack the front and have a banging time as they wish. I don't see anything here yet. What do we do? I'm going to warp some zealots. I feel like zealots are going to be good in close quarters as well. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Moment of truth, guys. How many Vikings, how many things are going to be waiting for me? That's the plan. Oh, wait. He's not ready? He's not ready for this despite scouting the freaking mothership? What did he think I was going to do? Yo! Here we go. I'm going to be able to get a force field on the ramp now, too. Look at this guy. This is going to be freaking brutal. I can even force field these units out. And I have the stalkers here like I predicted as well. Need to make sure I keep doing good force fields. Let's see. Hey, he's going to siege the tank over there. Let me kill this Viking, and then I'll back off a little bit. Going to warp some more stalkers to go to the front. Would have been really nice to have another pylon with this, by the way, I think. Let's do another force field over there. It's not a perfect force field, actually. Let me wall him in. Yo, what is he going to do against this right now, guys? He's just going to lose his entire Ray base to this. Going to make 2 more pylons, I think. Do I need another force field? Maybe not, actually. I think it's an alright time for me to fight. Keep in mind, I have the time warp and I have the cloak. And this is what I was talking about. Look at this. I can just force field him and I'm cloaked. He didn't have a scan right away. And now his entire army is just getting absolutely shredded. Oh, let me just micro these a little bit so I can win against the tank, reinforce. And by the time I look back, he doesn't have another scan. And the Mothership rush has absolutely annihilated him. Once again, an absolutely beautiful resource loss step. 2,100 against 6,000. Now, if I do this build again, I feel like I would do it very, very similar to this. Like, really similar. Be safe with a couple early gateway units. Actually make a second gateway instead of a freaking battery. Sounds reasonable, right? Maybe you could also play Phoenixes to be safe. Like, instead of rushing the fleet beacon, you can make a couple Phoenixes first, too. That works as well. And most importantly, I think I would make another pylon so I can actually warp in here instead of having to go back to downtown to warp in stalkers every time. But anyway, in this episode, this strategy looked freaking strong. Like, we owned a mid-Grandmaster Zerg, we beat a Grandmaster Terran, and even in the last game, we were in a position where we were completely dead, and we almost won against a low mid-Grandmaster Terran with a Mothership comeback. So it's looking very, very strong. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to experience playing this. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time with my Motherships. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.